Heartbreak and horror. A little boy stabbed to death in Buffalo, his grandmother gunned down by police.
We believe the officers were justified in the use of deadly physical force.
She was loving. She's not a monster.
What motivated the killing of this innocent child?
Good evening, everyone. It's been a little more than 24 hours since a horrific chain of events unfolded in Riverside. 4-year-old Roderick Geiger III lost his young life to violence. Police believe his own grandmother, Charlene Fears, committed this unthinkable act. She would later be struck down by a police officer's bullet. Tonight, many questions remain. News 4 senior correspondent Rich Newberg begins our team coverage now. Rich?
Don, we are at D District now, and the officer who shot Charlene Fears is being offered counseling, and he is on administrative leave right now. And, of course, this is a tragedy for all involved. A makeshift memorial of stuffed animals somewhat softens the scene at the house where 4-year-old Roderick Geiger III was mortally stabbed by his grandmother, according to authorities. The grandmother, 38-year-old Charlene Fears, was then shot dead by veteran Buffalo police officer Robert Yates after investigators say the woman came at him and his partner with 2 knives in her hands.
It became a very life and death situation for the officers, and I believe at this point, our initial investigation, we believe it was totally justified shooting.
Officer Robert Yates, seen here in a dramatic rescue operation on Cazenovia Creek in 2003, is a 27-year member of the Buffalo Police Department. His partner, who responded with him Wednesday on Esser Avenue, John Michael Mulderig, just graduated from the police academy last Friday. They were on a routine patrol of the neighborhood when city surveillance cameras, were told, recorded them suddenly being stopped by a neighbor.
They got flagged down, the child was stabbed. As they went to attend to the child, call for an ambulance, they were confronted by Ms. Fears.
Charlene Fears, who suffered from mental illness, is generally remembered by neighbors and relatives as a caring mother and grandmother.
She was a loving grandmother. She was never that type of person.
But witnesses said Charlene's grandson had 4 large stab wounds in his chest.
Char came downstairs with the knife. She wasn't saying nothing. She was just holding the 2 knives in her hand.
Neighbors lined the street as the tragedy played out late Wednesday afternoon.
Horrifying to know that it's right down the street from where you live and where you raise your kids, that somebody could hurt their child.
Now, Officer Yates, by the way, was the PBA Officer of the Month back in March, worth a